back to Reading English Literature series. Hello, my name is Fatima. I major English Literature at Sultan Agung Islamic University. Today I'll be reading chapter 16 from the novel Pollyanna by Eleanor Porter, entitled A Red Rose and a Lace Shawl. In the last episode, we got to know Dr. Chilton. In this chapter, Pollyanna visited Mr. John Pendleton. That Miss Polly was driven by Timothy to an early afternoon committee meeting of the Ladies' Aid Society. Pollyanna told Miss Polly that she has a pretty hair and she loved to do folks' hair. After her task complete, she pulled her aunt to sun parlor. Then, Pollyanna met Dr. Chilton, who asked for her company to go to Mr. John Pendleton, who broke his leg, to see her. Dr. Chilton said it will be good if she come. Pollyanna asked Dr. Chilton, does her aunt look pretty with the way she dressed her up? He said she looks lovely, but Dr. Chilton said it would be nice if Pollyanna never tell her aunt about what he said. That's all for today. Thank you for listening. Have a great weekend.
Hello, my name is Fenny. I major English Literature at Sultan Agung Islamic University. Today, I'll sharing some thoughts on chapter 16 from the novel Pollyanna by Eleanor Porter. In chapter 16, I really liked Pollyanna try to make over Miss Polly like she did to Mrs. Snow. Surprisingly, Mrs. Snow was so happy about the result. And that's absolutely true. After Pollyanna made over Miss Polly, she was so satisfied. She felt beautiful with her new look. But unfortunately, Miss Polly didn't tell Pollyanna about how absorbed and amazed she was after being made over by Pollyanna. And I think Miss Polly should be more honest with her own feelings and admit that Pollyanna is indeed an attractive and talented girl. And also in the closing chapter, Dr. Chilton acted so weird after seeing Miss Polly. And I hope in the next chapter there will be an answer about the relationship between Miss Polly and Dr. Chilton. That's all for today. If you have some thoughts, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you for listening. Have a great weekend.
Hello, my name is Fiki. I major English Literature at Sultan Agung Islamic University. Today I'll be reading chapter 17 from the novel Pollyanna by Eleanor Porter. In this chapter, it is said that Pollyanna visited the great stone house in which John Pendleton. During this visit, they thought about a carved box containing antiques about Mr. John Pendleton, Nancy, and about Aunt Polly. Pollyanna's visit made John Pendleton very happy. Therefore, John Pendleton wanted Pollyanna to see again because he was very lonely. But I think the most interesting part of this chapter is when Pollyanna was in her home, then thought about his visit to Nancy at dinner, one of which is about the carved box. Then Nancy told Pollyanna that Mr. Pendleton is Polly's own lover. Not only that, Nancy also shared some of the evidence. At that time, Pollyanna was shocked and still couldn't believe what Nancy said. That's all for today. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.
Hello, my name is Ian Mahendra. I major English Literature at Sultan Agung Islamic University. Today, I will be sharing some thoughts on chapter 17 from the novel Pollyanna by Eleanor Porter. In chapter 17, one of interesting part is when Nancy spoke that Mr. Tom told her that Miss Polly had a lover once, but she doesn't believe. She said like this, "It's like this, just before you come, Mr. Tom told me Miss Polly had a lover once. I didn't believe it. I couldn't. Her and lover." Then Mr. Tom explained to her that he was living now right in this town. And then she was told that it's John Pendleton because he got a mystery in his life and he shut himself up in that grand house alone and never speak to no one. At this part, I laughed out loud because this part was very funny. I could imagine Nancy's expression, how surprised and happy she was, like solving a puzzle. On the other side, I also imagine Miss Polly embrace the expression. That's all for today. If you have some thought, please let me know on the comment below. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.
Welcome back to Reading English Literature series. Hello, my name is Iko Putra Eka Firmansyah. I major English Literature at Sultan Agong Islamic University. Today, I will be reading chapter 18 from the novel Pollyanna by Eleanor Potter entitled In August, Pollyanna often visits Mr. Pendleton's mansion. Pollyanna thought that when he visits his house, Mr. Pendleton was not happy for Pollyanna's presence, even though Mr. Pendleton often called him, but Pollyanna thought he did not like her. However, Mr. Pendleton sometimes showed Pollyanna beautiful things like picture books and antiques. Towards the end of August, Pollyanna called John Pendleton and he found a colorful ribbon lying on his pillow, and Pollyanna was very impressed. Then after questioning Mr. Pendleton told Nora to get him a candle and piece of string and taught him to tie them to the window blinds and to put them down again. After that, Mr. Pendleton taught Pollyanna to get him a candlestick. Then Mr. Pendleton taught Pollyanna to do the same with Nora. Pollyanna was surprised and happy for a moment. She said, "Oh wow, what's so beautiful!" Pollyanna was so happy for a moment she thought of giving it to Aunt Polly and Mrs. Snow. That's all for today. Thank you for listening. Have a great weekend.
Hello, my name is Ilham. I major English Literature at Sultan Agong Islamic University. Today I'll be sharing some thoughts on chapter 18 from the novel Pollyanna by Eleanor Porter. In chapter 18, one of interesting part is when Pollyanna invites Miss Polly to talk about Mr. Pendleton. This is interesting because in the previous chapter, Nancy said that Miss Polly had a special relationship with Mr. Pendleton. The conversation finally embarrassed Miss Polly until her cheeks turned pink. This is interesting because, as we all know, Miss Polly is someone who has always had a firm and fierce character. But this incident shows that behind her strong character, it turns out that Miss Polly can also blush. But I think the most interesting part of this chapter is when Mr. Pendleton gives some prism pendants to decorate Pollyanna's room. At that time, she felt very happy, but in the midst of her joy, she still remembered other people. She said that she wanted to have more of such beauty to share with Miss Polly and Mrs. Snow. This incident showed that Pollyanna has a soft heart and always cares for others. That's all for today. If you have some thoughts, please let me know on the comment section below. Thank you for listening and have a great time.